Hey everyone, welcome back to this channel. If you are new around here, my name is Kaylee. So for today, I wanted to do another movie review. The first one that we did was pretty successful. I did the review of Chainsaw Man, and I recently saw that a couple weeks ago. If you guys are interested in seeing that review and my thoughts, I do a spoiler-free review, but if you guys are interested, that'll be in the link above right here. But for today, my review will be the movie that recently came out. It's been out for a while now, actually, but recently I saw it again for a second time. I just really wanted to because I actually really do like the story, the animation. I saw Kimetsu no Yaiba, also Demon Slayer, and I actually saw it when it first came out in Japan. It came out first sometime in, if I remember correctly, it was August? I think it was August if I remember correctly, but I saw it by myself in August, and at that time it was only in theaters in Japan, and I remember just going to the theater the first time and it was just packed. Like, I think I went to one of the earlier screenings and it was still like packed. It was a day off, I think, for everybody, and everyone was just like rushing to the theaters just wanting to go see it. So I saw it again for a second time. I saw it again and I saw it with Japanese sub because in Japan there's no English subtitles, only Japanese subtitles. Even like it's kind of weird to see Japanese subtitles for a Japanese dub. I only went because I just wanted to practice more of my Japanese and also just like see the animation again and just to like, you know, try to read the Japanese sub as much as I could. But seeing it a second time, I feel like and knowing like what the story is and like what to expect. But seeing Infinity Castle the first time, that felt, I don't know, like, but that experience, like, that's something I really can't take away because I read the manga, so I knew what was going to happen. But I think seeing it for the first time compared to seeing it again for a second time when you already know what's going to happen and you already, I don't know, like, because the animation in this whole movie of Infinity Castle, first I'll talk about the animation. It's gorgeous. I think we can all agree. Demon Slayer does a really, really good job with their animation. Going from like season 1 to, I feel like season 1, like compared to the Infinity Castle now, it just evolved. It evolved so much. Season 1, the animation was gorgeous. There was like some shots that I think had more budget in them than other ones. But going back to some of the season 1 episodes, especially when we're just introducing the characters, and they feel a little bit stagnated, but in this one it just flows a lot better. It feels more alive, in my opinion, and especially with all the fight scenes as well too. And even like a lot of the other characters, like even some of the background characters who are just like the Demon Slayer core, they don't really have any names. They get a lot more fluidity to them as well. Like everything just feels like everything is moving. Everything just feels great. It feels like an actual, like you're a part of this as well. And sadly, I couldn't go to like the IMAX version of this, but I heard the IMAX version is also great too. It's like you feel like the movement. You also like you got like water sprayed on you a couple times too, from what I heard. But I wanted to, but I think just like the normal, I don't want to say normal, but like just the regular version of it still holds up, especially for the first time. Second time around, I think for me that's when I'll start really getting to the review of the story, because the story itself is, in my opinion, Demon Slayer, the animation is great. It's really pretty. It's really amazing to look at. The characters are also really interesting as well. But I think the story itself, in my opinion, there's like a lot of plot holes, especially seeing it for a second time. And I think seeing it for a second time, I kind of start thinking to myself how we got here at certain points without like a lead up to something, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm just going to give like maybe some spoilers here. I feel like it doesn't matter because on Instagram and even on YouTube, everyone has been like just showing these clips from like the movie theater itself. Like everyone's just like recording in the theater and stuff, which in Japan you're not allowed to do. So if you even try to do that in Japan, you could probably get like arrested or they will try to kick you out. In America, it's like completely fine apparently, and even like in some other countries as well. But in Japan, no, absolutely not. They will be so mad at you if you try to do that. No copywriting, no like pirating. But this is going to be a spoiler review. It's been out already for a long time, so I think it's fine. So the main fights that do happen in this movie, the Infinity Castle, and it's a 3-parter. And I kind of had a feeling I knew what was going to be shown because, like I said, I read the manga. I knew it was going to happen. We have the first one, which is Shinobu versus Doma, and then the second one, which is Kaigaku versus Zenitsu, and then the last one, which is Tanjiro and Giyu versus Akaza. So let's start with Shinobu and Doma, and I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like there's, of course, some plot holes in this, and I don't want to give so much spoilers to this, because like I said, I read the manga, so I know what's going to happen. If you haven't read the manga, and you don't want to be spoiled, then just like skip to this time code like around here, and you don't have to hear this, basically. But basically, Shinobu and Doma, they fight, and Shinobu has poison inside of her. So Shinobu has been fighting with Doma, and apparently for like the past like year, she's been eating like wisteria. She's been poisoning her body because there might be a case where she might get eaten by a demon, and like she'll be able to like kill that demon with the poison, basically. Like basically so much poison inside her body that she's basically made up of it for, I forgot like the amount of the weight of it, but it's basically almost like, it's like she's filled up with it. Like it's almost like a water balloon. Like you pop her, she's just full of poison. And I feel like, I'm not really sure if that was the case where she was like trying to look for Doma. I think it wasn't really clear, because I kind of wish, I don't know, I feel like, in my opinion, some of these fights, in my opinion, just kind of like there is like tension between them when there was like really no build up to it. Like I didn't know, I think I knew, I'm not really sure if this was the case, and maybe if it was, I've probably forgotten about it, but Shinobu and her older sister, forgot her older sister's name, my bad, but her older sister died from Doma, and her sister told her like, oh, the one that killed me was the description of Doma. And when Shinobu finds Doma, she realizes like, oh, this is the demon that killed my sister, now I have like this grudge against him. But I feel like this kind of came up out of nowhere, and I feel like that's just an issue that is happening not with just Shinobu's arc, but also with Zenitsu's arc as well, and we'll get to that in a second. But I feel like the fact that she was like filling up her body full of poison, I wasn't sure if that was like especially for Doma, because her fight scene with Doma was, of course, fantastic. It was beautiful, but, and like, you know, it kind of shows like their strength, because she's technically supposed to be like one of the weakest Hashira, and she can't really cut off a demon's head, so she has to use like other smart tactics in order to do that. She poisons her blade in order to do so, which I think is so smart. I also wish that Demon Slayer could actually explain why she's the only one that can do it, but no one else can also like fill up their blades with poison to kill. I feel like that's just so effective. This is like some plot holes that happen, but like just some plot holes. But I just feel like some of these fights, it like, to me, it's like, I don't know, there's like really no payoff to it. Like we know for a fact Doma is going to get defeated, but I feel like the Shinobu arc, I wish there was like more lead up to it. Like I wish there was like more hinting, like she knew it was Doma, or she knew like she's like looking for someone like that. And we don't really get to know Shinobu so much throughout the whole entire Demon Slayer story, except like, you know, like when she's talking to Tanjiro and she's like, yeah, I'm always angry, like you get more of her character. And I just wish that we got more of her and her character instead of just during this last fight and then her death with Doma. And honestly, of course, like, you know, you go into backstories a lot. It's like so anime tropey, like we go into backstories of the characters when they're fighting and everything. But I just wish that there was like more maybe conversation that happened, and like just more of like this foreshadowing, or like a bigger payoff to that. Because then when Kanao comes, and don't get me started, I don't know how I always mess up her name, but Kanao, when Shinobu is, of course, she's defeated by Doma, and then Doma is like absorbing her, and it was like probably one of the most horrific things I've ever seen in Demon Slayer. Like not even like including the like the spider arc, when all those Demon Slayers were getting like killed left and right, but they were getting killed in like the most horrific ways possible. I feel like Shinobu's death, because he like basically just absorbed her, and I was just thinking like, oh, she probably is suffocating right now. She probably suffocated so much, like she died, and she wanted this to happen. But I was thinking like, okay, what if Doma didn't like absorb her, and like what would have happened like later in the fight with Kanao, and spoiler alert, later when Inosuke comes and also helps defeat Doma as well. But Kanao comes, and I was like thinking to myself, this is the first time we see Kanao in the Infinity Castle. We didn't see her like in the beginning of it, like with everybody else. We did see her like when she's falling in and like she's holding on to like one of the ledges and stuff in like the last season during the Hashira arc, but that was like the first time we see her. So I'm thinking to myself, how do we know that she had to go in that direction? Like, how do we know that Shinobu was there fighting Doma, or how does she find this place? Because apparently the Infinity Castle is like the size of the world. I was just like a little bit confused. I felt like that was like a big plot hole for me. And of course, like Kanao, she's going to fight Doma in like the next movie, along with Inosuke as well. Like I said, this is a spoiler. This is not spoiler free. This is all spoilers. So you have been warned. But yeah, in the next one, she's going to fight Doma with Inosuke. And mind you, like Kanao and Inosuke, now they both have like a grudge against Doma. So like I said, it just feels like it just adds up too much. It's like way too convenient for me. But that was like the Shinobu like fight. Like I said, the fight itself was gorgeous. I thought the animation for Shinobu, like they did her justice and everything. She was really good. Like she was really amazing. But after that, then we get to Kaigaku and we get to Zenitsu's fight. And I feel like I said, much like Shinobu's, I wish there was more build up to that fight instead of just last season Zenitsu gets a letter that his pupil, or like his brother, who was also trained under the same master, got turned into a demon, and the master killed himself because of that shame, basically. I just wish maybe if we got that 2 seasons ago, then I feel like that would have been a bigger build-up and like more anticipation than, in my opinion, what we got, because they built up Zenitsu to be like he was mad last season, and even like in this one, he was like his eyes weren't even closed. Like he was finally opening his eyes, showing that he wasn't scared, and that he just wanted bloodshed. He just wanted to kill he just wanted to, like, I don't want to say kill, but like he just wanted to confront his brother about this. He was just so pissed because for him, it means like all of his hard work that he's done to prove himself as a demon slayer, he wanted to show that to his master. Now he feels like he can't do that anymore. And it's also because we never really got to know who Kaigaku was anyway. He's never been mentioned before, not even like the first season. I think he was briefly maybe shown, I think in season 1, but it was like, I don't know if that was added in or if it was in the manga, but I wish that there was more of Kaigaku, or maybe like there was an interaction between them before Kaigaku got turned into a demon. Because I felt like, in my opinion, that fight was just kind of out of nowhere, in my opinion. Like, if this is the final arc, you need to really, like, build up to these moments. You need to kind of show, like, you know, Kaigaku and, like, who he is as a person. I don't want to see him, like, in just 5-10 minutes of, like, a fight, his backstory, and then all of a sudden he's dead. And it's kind of like he's just forgotten about. I just felt like, in my opinion, and mind you, I think Zenitsu did a really great, I think they did like a really great job animating Zenitsu. I thought his character, it was really growing there. And for a while I was thinking like, okay, then maybe this is going to be Zenitsu's final like breaking point. He won't be scared anymore. He fought his brother. He like can open his eyes now. But I think later on, even in the manga, he kind of reverts back to his like usual self, which I wasn't sure if that was just supposed to be quirkiness from the character, or just like, oh, like he's back and it's like, you know, it's supposed to be like kid friendly kind of thing. But I just wish that he just stayed the same as like who he was. Like now he finally doesn't have any fear anymore. He can finally fight demons. Like later on he like fights Muzan as well too, spoiler. But spoiler, he fights Muzan. Even in the manga, that fight was so short. I thought they would make it a little bit longer, but no, that fight with Zenitsu and Kaigaku, it was just so short. Like, I feel like Shinobu's was longer, in my opinion. I think that one was just like, one and done. They just wanted to get it done. It was like, yep, that's Zenitsu's character arc. He defeated one, and then they just wanted to move on from it. And I was just, I felt so let down by that. But I will say this, though. Like, when he saw his grandfather in the afterlife, and almost like as his way of like showing like he's close to death, but he sees his grandfather, he's already dead, and he's like, I'm so sorry, you know, and then like the grandfather's like, Zenitsu, I've never been so proud of you, and I'm just like, oh my god. I'll admit, I actually shedded a tear for that one. That was really good. That was pretty good. And anyway, last thing, so the Akaza Giyu Tanjiro fight, you know, the main event, basically. It's like when you go to a concert, and I feel like Shinobu and Zenitsu's fight, they're like the opening act, but the main show was the Akaza Giyu Tanjiro fight. And I will admit, I think in my opinion, that was probably overall, like, I think even in like the Infinity Castle, probably like the best fight in all of the Infinity Castle, and even in the movie, best fight in the whole movie. And it's like the longest one too. Oh my god, that fight lasted forever. Like the animation, they put so much into the animation. Probably I feel like more animation style, just everything in that fight more than the Shinobu and Zenitsu one. And honestly for good reason too. I think the Akaza Tanjiro Giyu fight, it was definitely built up. And in my opinion, it kind of goes to show like this is something I really want to see. I want to see like that build up. Like how Tanjiro met Akaza and Akaza killed Rengoku. And that was in the second season, like the train arc, basically. I forgot what it was called. Like the Mugen train. I think it was called the Mugen train. But basically Akaza comes, he fights Rengoku, he kills Rengoku. And Tanjiro now has like this reason, like he wants to kill him now. He killed one of the Hashiras and like this good person who was Rengoku. And everybody hated Akaza after that. Everyone was like, we hate Akaza, like, oh my god, like, how dare he kill Rengoku? And for me, I was kind of like, oh, Rengoku, he's okay. I mean, like, I don't have, like, deep love for Rengoku like everybody else did, but, you know, I still liked him, and it sucked that he died, of course. But, no, everybody, the whole internet just hated Akaza. And now, after this movie came out, after seeing Akaza's backstory, everybody just switches, and now they're like on Akaza's side. And now they're just like, nah, Rengoku, you're done. We love Akaza now. Oh my god, just one movie later. But going back to what I was saying before I went off the rail, I feel like that fight was built up, and the payoff, in my opinion, was really great too. And I also like the fact that not just the fighting style, because also when you get to like know more of the backstory too of Akaza, I was so surprised to know like he cared for his father for so long, but he would of course like get in trouble with the law and also for higher powers because he was like stealing money or like trying to steal food in order to support his father because they were living like in a poor area. And because of that, his father like took his own life in order for Hakuji. I guess Hakuji is like his real name. That's Akaza's human name. In order for Hakuji to like live a life without having to do that. And I don't know why, like that really touched me. Like that was like good writing on like the author's part for doing that, just like to show that, kind of showing like his father killed him not out of shame for doing that, but because he's like, hey, I want you to don't worry about me anymore. Like if basically if you are risking your life, your reputation, like what you want to do because you have to take care of me so much, and you shouldn't do that. So I will basically off myself so you can like have a life that can be worth living for you. And then he meets the master, and like the master, I'm really confused. Everyone keeps saying that this master is voiced by the same actor, the same character is voiced by the same voice actor who does Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. And I don't know if it's true or not. You have to let me know. I haven't looked this up because I'm kind of lazy about it right now. But everyone is saying that. And I was kind of like, really? Is it? I wasn't really sure. And if it is, then that Japanese voice actor did a great job though. But yeah, he meets the master too. And then like that's where you actually learns the fighting style that is his signature style when he is in his demon form. I really like that detail. I like the inclusion of Koyuki and that possibility that he could have had like a life, he could have been a husband, he could have had like this life with her, and even like the details of her, like not just like from like her little hairpin that had the snowflakes, and his moves, like his powers, his blood demon powers are like a snowflake, and like even like the colors kind of like represent her a little bit too. Everything like that build up to like how he became who he is from the backstory, it really was touching. It really kind of showed, and I feel like Demon Slayer does a good job showing this, how many people turn into demons because of the cruelty of like not just demons but also humans as well too. And like, you know, humans kind of enforce that, and Muzan kind of gave him that option to become a demon in order, because he basically had nothing else worth living for, worth fighting for. So I think that was really interesting to see. Akaza really shined in this movie. This is like a movie about Akaza, of course, but I also feel like this movie was a movie about Giyu and Tanjiro too. Giyu, I feel like I feel like Giyu, he's definitely grown a lot as a character as well too. The fact that he got his mark, I mean, everybody, even in the Japanese theaters, everyone was like so excited about that. And just like the fights between him and Akaza, beautiful, gorgeous. It felt like something so magnificent to like see on a screen. Yeah, just like seeing their fight together and just seeing like Giyu as well too. And there was just like some moments with Giyu like I felt was like so funny, like the fact that he only got his mark because he was just so angry and like he hurt his back, and that like pushed him to like just get the mark and stuff too. I don't know, for me like that was hilarious. And just his protectiveness with Tanjiro too, because after like we knew Giyu's backstory and like why he's so reserved, and like, you know, he like really wants to be friends with people but he doesn't know how, and just seeing him like be this like mentor and like older brother to Tanjiro was really heartwarming to see. And also just seeing them like work together too, and also just Giyu's protectiveness with Tanjiro as well, even like towards like the end of the fight, that was really great to see. And of course Tanjiro, everyone is kind of calling him Rey Skywalker right now. I kind of see it. I also don't mind it at the same time. I feel like Tanjiro, he is a good boy, he's a happy person, he sees the good, he always sees the good in people. And I think one moment that you can really see that was, and I'm gonna also cry about this too, but so in the beginning of the Akaza fight, Tanjiro was like pissed. He was like pissed off by the fact that he met Akaza again, because, you know, he's thinking about Rengoku and what happened back then. But then when Akaza is about to basically kill himself, he wants to like destroy his own body, and Tanjiro saves Giyu because he thinks Akaza is going to attack Giyu, and like they flip, and then Tanjiro sees Akaza smile. It was almost like this smile of like gratefulness, but also like kind of like him like reverting back to himself. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. But I'm gonna cry right now, honestly, just thinking about it. But like the fact that Tanjiro went from like pure, I don't want to say pure hatred, but like he was like, he wanted to like defeat him, and like his main objective was just to protect Giyu, but just to see how his look from Akaza went from like hatred to like almost this like look of concern, like what's going on, like what is he gonna do next? I don't know, like for me, that really like resonates with me as not just like him as a character, but with like me as a person, because I might be mad at someone a lot, but I still get concerned if like something bad is going to happen to them too. I don't know, that's just like my nature. Maybe I'm a good, I don't know. Am I a good person, Mayumi? Okay, thank you. Mayumi approves. I guess I'm the Tanjiro. If I was in Demon Slayer, if I had like take a test, I'm probably like Tanjiro. But I think his growth too, and like that story, for me, it was really telling for like who he was, and also just to see him like go into like that spiritual like world, so like he could like see all like the movements and stuff too, because he like was calm and patient, like uses breathing and stuff. Tanjiro I thought was really great in this movie. I can understand why some people think like he does like a lot of talk no jutsu or like there was like one person telling me like, oh, we should have just talk no jutsu Akaza and then it would have been fine, honestly, which I thought was hilarious. I think that's definitely true, but I feel like in my opinion the Akaza, Giyu, and Tanjiro fight, like I said, the highlight, that was like everyone went to go see that. I think Shinobu and Zenitsu, like opening acts, still great, a little bit of plot holes, wish I got to see more, but there was like so much passion and care into the Giyu Tanjiro Akaza fight, and I was just blown away by it. Like that's another reason why I wanted to go see it for a second time, because for me it was just beautifully written, beautifully captured, beautifully animated, and the voice actors just did an amazing job too as well. Alright, and for the next part, because apparently the next movie is coming out in 2027, so apparently if I had to guess, and I'm pretty sure I'm right, I think there's going to be another 3 sets of fights. Kokoshibo, there's going to be one with Mitsuri and Abunai fighting the Nakima, I think her name is, like the girl who has like the one eye, and then like the other fight is going to be oh, don't tell me. Oh, I remember. Oh yes, Doma, Kanao, and Inosuke. Yeah, I have a feeling those will be like the next 3 fights that we're gonna see in the next movie. And it's kind of interesting that they're splitting it into 3. I think it makes sense But it's really interesting because then it makes me think, okay, then what's going to be shown for the third one, which is going to be just the fight for Muzan and just trying to like kill him. It's just going to be everybody. I swear, the next two movies are going to be, if you thought this one was bloody, it's going to be even bloodier, like the next two movies. But I'm excited. I'll definitely see it in Japan. I'll still be here, and it'll be interesting to see that happening when it does come out. All right, so that is it. So that is my review for Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. If you guys like what you heard, or if you guys want to leave a comment, give me your own thoughts about the movie, please let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you want to see more content like this, we also don't just do movie reviews, we also do other unboxings for SH Figure Arts, and we check out other stores based in Akihabara. But if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell down below. Okay, I will see you next time. Bye bye!